Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream again. Can you hear me this time? Wow, I didn't even notice. Usually I'm so good about that. Checking to see if the mic is moving on the audio mixer. Okay, good, it's working. Yay, thank goodness for Xe, or I would have just been talking forever with and then drawing and no, there's nothing there. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Oh, thank you, Xe, also. I see it says you resubscribed. Thank you so much. Especially because, I'm so honored because I was on vacation for so long, so I wasn't able to talk to you or anything. I'm so happy to see you. Yay! It's nice to get back into the flow of things. The last week was really hard transitioning from Japan time back to Boise time and everything. And I was like, oh no, I don't know how I'm going to do my first week back at work. And it's been actually pretty good today. Today is my first day back. And this is my last thing that I'm doing before I'm off for the day. Okay, so what I was explaining when my mic was not working was that I dug this out of my suitcase because my suitcases are still mostly full of stuff. But I'm not sure where all of the stuff I usually use is probably just in here in my room. But yeah, everything is a mess because I'm still not unpacked or anything. So I decided that I'm just going to use these two things first for my Inktober drawing. I mean, first is the cute. Let's see if it'll focus. Come on, focus, please. Oh yes, hooray! This adorable mechanical pencil that I got from the Nintendo store. Oh, it's hard to see because I have there's a delay. There, that's better. Okay, hold on. There, that's better. So this is this adorable, even though I do not need more mechanical pencils. I have 50 mechanical pencils, maybe literally, but I couldn't resist. It's just so cute. The Dobutsu no Mori Animal Crossing pencil I got at the Nintendo store in Osaka. It's just so cute. I couldn't resist getting this, so I'm going to use this for my sketching today. And then this one I've had for a little while now from let's see if it'll focus again. There we go. From, I think Mito in a Box. And it's one of those ones that you can just refill it with whatever thing you want. So it just has the pen body, and then you pick whatever type of insert you want to put. So this one, I believe, is a really small brush. A little tiny brush pen. And I realized that I have to keep this on. If I don't, then it gets dry. So that's what I'm going to use for inking. That's why it's super simple. Plus, I got started late, and this will make it faster just having one tool. So let me switch back. I'm trying to have all my let's see. Okay. Sorry, I know it doesn't make sense. What am I doing? I've got a reference image up to my left. I'm trying to get it so chat fits. Maybe I'll just put chat on my phone today, because then that'll be okay. How do I get that up here? My channel, probably. Let's go to click on that. Oh, I gotta turn the volume down on my phone. Yeah. Okay. There. I'll just look at chat on my phone today, so it'll be there, and then I can just have OBS and my reference image up over on my secondary monitor here. So hopefully that'll work. So the prompt for this week is tears. So I was like, what am I gonna do with tears? I don't want it to be too complicated because I know that it's gonna take me a long time to get ready. It's my first time back streaming in a while. And my room here is such a mess. Okay, I'm not gonna just talk about that the whole time, but there's just so many things. It's hard to get back in the flow. but like my energy is there. Okay, so anyway, tears. What was the fastest thing I could think of? So I looked up a picture. I was trying to see, like, so birds don't cry, not like humans cry, you know? I don't think many animals at all cry like humans cry. Everybody with eyes have tears, though, I think. Now, don't quote me on that, though, because who knows? Maybe some animals have dry eyes, but, or maybe like fish don't have. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that this happened. Ah, that is so cute. It spins. The inside spins. I don't know if you're seeing this. We're just messing with it. Oh, it's not focusing. Come on. Come on, come on. There we go. It spins when I spin this. I don't know if that's on purpose, because when I spin it the other way, the end just comes off. Or maybe it doesn't. It's not. No, it does. Okay, I don't know. But it spins. Okay. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I'm so happy with this pencil. It's just so cute. It's just so cute. Okay. Did it focus back on the... It did. Okay. Anyway. Exy. Birds don't cry. I thought phoenix tears cure any wounds. Well, that's what I was getting at. Maybe they don't cry, but I think that pretty much any animal that doesn't live in water has tears. So there's a difference between crying and tears. So, I just picked like a bird head, and I was just looking around for a nice reference image, and I found a, so like I want it to be a griffin, but since it's tears, it's kind of focusing on the head anyway. So you can just imagine that it's a griffin, but it's just going to be the head. Anyway, it's a swan. And I've never drawn a swan, or at least I've probably drawn one sometime ever in my life, but since I've been doing stuff like this and really focusing on practicing bird drawing and stuff, I have not done a swan. So that's what I'm going to do, is a swan, and with a heavy focus on the eye, showing the glossiness, because the glossiness of eyes is tears. So yeah. So yeah, I think phoenix tears do exist. If phoenixes exist, then phoenix tears must exist because they don't live in the water. But who knows, maybe fish do have tears because maybe they create a layer that protects them, you know, like it protects from the water itself, like, who knows. Okay, I better get started drawing. Doesn't sound, I was shaking this to hear if it sounds like there's any lead in it. It doesn't sound like it. Oh wow, it's rare to have a mechanical pencil without an eraser. I don't need an eraser, but anyway, I'm looking in here. Yeah, it looks like it only has one piece of lead. So hopefully I don't run out, but worst case scenario, I'll just walk over to my closet over there and get the 0.5 millimeter lead out. Okay, let's start drawing quick. Swan, okay. There we go. Okay, so this is the main head, and then the neck actually comes just kind of straight down. When it's zoomed in this close, there's a slight angle, but it's not very much. It's just almost straight down. Like I always imagine swans like this really serpentine shape. But this reference image is just kind of like boop, like this. Okay, and so it comes down like this, and then it's got the beak. There's like a bump thing. Oh, I don't know the technical terms at all. There's a bump thing, and then it curves down into the beak like that. Okay, and then it comes down. Bottom jaw is a slight angle like this, slightly different from the bottom of the beak, and then actually curves in very gently with the teeniest little hook on the end of the beak. Alright, is this broken? Oh yeah, it is. I might already have, because the lead kept going in every time I started drawing. That usually means it's broken off, so it just keeps getting pushed back in because there's nothing keeping it down. Okay, maybe in order to enhance the tears, like enhance the focus on the tears, I'm gonna make the eye bigger than it is, because the way it is in actuality is just a teeny tiny little, it's just like right here, not very big at all. So I am going to take some artistic liberty and make it like, I don't know, 5 times bigger. Make it real big. So we can just imagine it's an anime style. Anime style. I'm still so thankful, actually, that you told me about my microphone. I had been so good. I was checking it every time. But it's been so long that I forgot about that. It's so hard. I wish that there was like a pop-up that OBS would give me that's like I click the streaming button and maybe it would pop up and it'd be like, hey, you don't have any sound. Are you sure you want to start streaming? And then I could click yes. Or no, you know. Like maybe I do want to stream with no sound for some reason, but... Oh, how was your vacation? Did you get that roller coaster tracks while running on the cruise? Oh, that was such an interesting... So I sort of tried. I didn't run because by the time I had the opportunity to do it, it was really wet. Like, not rainy, but it had been rainy, so the deck was still pretty wet. And it was pretty rocky too. So I was a little bit worried about falling. I didn't want to fall. I didn't want to slip and fall or something. So I didn't run. I walked. But either way, I realized when I looked at my map so I walked around the track on the top deck and tracked it on my watch, so it had the GPS. And it doesn't do a roller coaster at all. Like, the ship moves so fast. It's like super fast. I don't know miles per hour or kilometers per hour, but it was so fast that even walking around like this, it didn't make a loop-de-loop. It was just a straight line because it was going so fast that it didn't, I couldn't loop back to the same point at all. It was already past that point by the time I got anywhere. So that was really interesting. It didn't give me the map I was hoping to get, but it was an interesting experience and I learned something. And it was really amusing when I looked at the map and I'm like, oh, it's like, because it was very long too. I got like PRs for walking, like, because I was getting like walked a kilometer in 2 minutes or something, like way too fast, because it was the ship moving, not me. So that, when I realized that also, it made me glad that I didn't do a run, because I didn't want to mess up my PRs or have to like go in and delete the PRs to, like, PR meaning personal record, because I would have had to go in and delete them because I would have gotten some false PRs if I tried to do it running. So actually that was a good thing about not having the chance to do it when I could have run. So that was very fun. And the day before that, I think it was the day before, but it was even more like stormy and the ship rocking around. And that was the day we went in the hot tub, and that was really fun. So we were in the hot tub outside, so like for one, nobody wanted to go because it was like stormy. It wasn't stormy like raining and lightning, but it was very cloudy and cold and everything. The only thing that kind of sucked about that was the hot water wasn't very hot in the hot tub. It was just like a warm tub. So we didn't stay in as long as we might have. That was another fun thing that you can't do except on a ship, to be like rocking around and the ocean is rocking and then you're in the hot tub and the hot tub is rocking. Also, the wind's blowing really hard, so the hot tub water is just like all over the place. That was really fun. That was really fun. Oh yeah, so overall, my vacation was really nice. I don't know if I would cruise with that cruise line again because it was very expensive and I don't think it was worth how much we paid. But overall, being able to go to so many places in Japan, and it's like you are in a hotel that brings you to all the places that you're going. So that's really nice because to do that in Japan via land, you'd have to like change to a new hotel every time and like pack up your stuff every day and unpack it every day, and so that was really cool about being on the cruise. But yeah, the cruise part itself wasn't that great, but Japan was awesome, and I went to so many places I'd never been before, and it was so cool. Almost every stop we went to in Japan gave us a welcome, like some sort of welcome performance of like music or I don't know, like the local mascot for the prefecture or something, or some sort of welcome thing as we come off the ship. And then when we leave, when the ship is leaving, there's some sort of departure, like a farewell event as well. It was so nice. I already feel like I want to plan for my next vacation to Japan because I had such a good time. Okay, I think maybe I will at least mark where I'm going to make the eye really shiny. Oh, it's too bad the eye is right in the middle of the page, but I decided to draw it big, so it was just like, that's just how it happened. There. I'm going to make the eye really glossy since it's supposed to be tears. So of course the first thing I thought of was crying, tears meaning crying, but tears can just be a neutral thing, like the lubricant for your eye so that your eye can open and close. So that's what I'm focusing on here. Yeah. Exie says, I never thought about it. So fascinating than having a moving hotel to travel the country. Yeah, I definitely... So, like, maybe that cruise line wasn't worth the amount of money they charge, but the idea in general of a cruise around a country, any country, like, I would love to do a cruise around, like, the British Isles or something like that. It's definitely... it's the best way, I think, to see a lot of a place really easy. Because also there's, like, food on board and everything. Although that was something else I was disappointed in this cruise, because they're like, oh yeah, we accommodate all dietary needs, and so I put in vegan, and then it was like, there was like nothing vegan, and the stuff that they had that was on the menu was like, it was so bland. And then my husband wasn't eating vegan, and he said it was bland anyway, so it wasn't that it was the vegan options were bland, it was just all the food was bland. So that kind of sucked, but there's another cruise line that we might try next time that is also really nice, but they have they made it like an effort to put lots of vegan options and like post about it online and advertise about their vegan options, and there's been lots of reviews, positive reviews about it. It's like, maybe that's the one to go to. But their ships are a lot bigger, so they can't go to a lot of the ports that we went to because our ship was very small, and that meant it could go to ports that can't accommodate really big cruise ships. So that is a benefit to the cruise line we went on, that we saw places that we wouldn't have been able to see on a cruise otherwise. So there's positives and negatives. And overall, I had a great time, so it wasn't all bad. There's a few annoying things and mostly good things. And I feel even more excited and motivated to study Japanese, which I've been studying Japanese for years and years and years, but I got to speak so much Japanese with people, and practice so much and practice my reading, and I don't know, it was really fun and exciting, and there were some times where I couldn't communicate, and that was awkward, but it was just more motivation to learn more and just get better and better. And by the time I save up for another trip to Japan, I will probably have even better communication skills and reading skills, and yeah, I'm super excited. Super excited, motivated. Like, I'm looking into because I'm going to try to take the JLPT this December, which is the Japanese Language Proficiency Test. And so I was looking into, like, okay, when is that going to happen, and how much money do I need to save for the trip to get over to the testing center and everything? Yeah. Oh, yeah, thank you. Exley says, that's what matters after all. Glad to hear you enjoyed and had a great time. Yeah, it was good. So good. Actually, I've been, like, keep looking up vacation stuff because I'm like, I don't want to be done being on vacation. I want to be on vacation some more. And there's other things, too. I feel like I've heard that, travel changes you or whatever, and I haven't had anything major, like, profound happen, but I feel like I've been able to let some things go from my everyday life. Like, I changed my weekly schedule this morning because there's just some things I wanted to change, give myself more time to do this or that, or spend less time on this or that, and it's thanks to having a sort of a reset or something where I'm not living the everyday, wake up and do the same thing every day and then go to sleep. Having a little break, and it helps you see, like, either one, yes, this thing that I do every day is important to me, or two, wow, I was able to get along without that, so I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And I've had both of those things thanks to this vacation. So that's another thing that's nice about going on a trip, is it can help you, I don't know, what is it, like, get perspective, or at least just have a break so that you can change things up and be refreshed. I think that's why, even though all my stuff is still packed in my suitcase and my studio here is a mess, even despite that, I'm feeling really good about getting back to work today, and I've been feeling really motivated to just get stuff done. Oh, yeah. Exie says, the most intimidating thing about Japanese is the reading and writing for me. If I could learn it with the Latin letters, I would happily try it. Yeah. I think it is, it is a bit of a, not a learning curve, but you got to put in that little bit of extra effort at the beginning to learn a whole nother, well, it's not an alphabet, it's a syllabary. But the nice thing is, when you're first learning Japanese, you can just start with, it's not like Chinese where there's only kanji, and the kanji means the letter, but it means a whole word. And in Chinese, there's only that. In Japanese, they have kanji too, where the letter means a whole word, but there's also hiragana and katakana, and those are both syllabaries, so it's just a set of, I think, 46 sounds, and that's it. So it's bigger than an alphabet, like at least what I grew up with, because I think my alphabet I grew up was 26. Anyway, it's like almost twice as big, but it's not nearly so bad as having to learn like thousands of kanji right off the bat. You can get along for quite a long time just with those 46. And the nice thing is, even though hiragana and katakana are a separate writing systems, the sounds are the same. So you learn the same 46 sounds, but you just learn the 2 different ways of writing those sounds. But it is still it is still quite a bit to learn. So I see why it would be intimidating. You can learn some stuff with Romaji, which is the Roman alphabet. But there really gets to be a point where if you don't have the hiragana and katakana, then you'll just run into a wall. So I don't know if you have Duolingo, but that's always the thing I recommend the most is Duolingo app. I think it's on the web too. I recommend it to everybody. All the people I've ever tutored and friends who learn Japanese, and they like ask me how I've been learning Japanese or whatever. It does kind of suck for the free version because it's got so many ads. But I just get the paid version. I don't think it's too bad of a deal because it's like, I think it's like $50 or $60 a year. At least here. I don't know about elsewhere. But that's less than $5 a month. So I'm like, okay, it's worth it. Especially because I use it every day, usually multiple times a day. And it's definitely helped me. It's helped me with, particularly with reading kanji. I still remember when I was in college and a lot of my classmates wouldn't be able to read a lot of the kanji that I could, even though they were in our books and stuff. But it's because Duolingo makes it so much easier to learn it because you're not learning it through just memorizing it, because memorizing it is boring. And if you don't use it, you forget it. With Duolingo, it just shows you it and then you hear it and you do it over and over and over and you just learn it more naturally. So yeah. But even then, I won't say that Japanese isn't difficult. I think that's part of the reason why I've actually stuck with it for so long. I started Japanese just because I loved anime and I was like, oh, I want to be able to read the stuff in the show that I see, or I want to be able to listen to it and not need subtitles or whatever. But I think I stuck with it because it's a nice challenge. I mean, on top of like, I didn't stop wanting to watch anime without subtitles, but if it was super easy, I might have gotten bored and be like, whatever, it's fine. But instead I'm like, it's just hard enough to keep me interested. Yeah. Laundry music. Fave song. Yep. Got my laundry going. I think that one was the washer because I'm still hearing the tumble dryer sounds of the stuff going around in the dryer. Oh, I see your message up there. Exy says, I used to use it for learning Russian. It was nice for learning the alphabet. Then I lost my passion. Yeah, that's what's hard about learning any language, I think, is that unless it's extremely close to a language you already know, if it isn't interesting, if it doesn't stay interesting, then, and unless you like need it for like your work or something like that, then it's just so easy to get bored and just stop. Okay, so what I've been doing here, I'm going to take a little break. When I'm looking at the swan, well, it's not focusing. Okay, well, oh, there it goes. There's this like bumpy texture on here. So to sort of simulate that, I did a bunch of little curving, hatching strokes. And then now here it's smooth again, the same kind of smoothness as the eye. So that's why I'm going here back to lines instead of these hatching. I mean, hatching is lines, but It's not hatching lines now. I'm mostly filling it in with leaving a little bit of paper showing to show the highlights or like transitions from lighter to darker. Oh, thank you. Lexi says it looks gorgeous. Swans are one of the most elegant animals ever. Definitely. And I can't remember. I think I might have gotten to see, no, it was herons. But anyway, swans flying, I think, are the most amazing thing. I thought I was misremembering seeing them flying, but I saw herons flying in a V. So I think what I saw for swans is like in a documentary or something. But yeah, they're so beautiful, just like you said. Like, it's unbelievable that it's because they have that long, graceful neck, and then they just go across the water like, yeah, or whatever. Yeah, this would definitely be a nice, like, princess griffin or something because of the elegance. Or some sort of noble or something like that. Let's see. Now I'm going to add little details. So, like, there's this ridge in the beak. And I can't tell because from the side, but I think it might actually go out a little bit. Like if the beak is like this and then you look at it like this, I think it might be a tiny little ridge sticking out. Okay, and to help the rest of the lines compete with all of this dark stuff here, I'm going to do some thicker lines. That's what's nice about brush pen. Even when you only are using one brush pen, you can get some really impactful differences in line weight. Oh yeah, that's much better, having a thicker outline to balance, because it was feeling so heavy and then this was feeling like there was nothing there. This is much better. Okay, it's only a couple more minutes since I got started late. Plus my laundry got done, so but I'm not done yet. I want to add some little lines to show you can see the feathers on the head and the neck, and the white feathers. You can see there's sort of ruffiness. And it's more pronounced on this side because this side is more in shadow. And then that way these will also serve as just sort of fake shadow, since it's just lines. So it's adding texture, but also adding the idea of shadow. And then up here I actually will just do some hatching because there's a fairly good shadow underneath where the head is goes like this from the neck. And under here too. It's pretty good, distinct shadow. Mm-hmm. Okay, just a few more to show the feathers going this way. Oh, and there's also a little bit of texture on this line under the eye. And then it curves down as we get closer to the neck. Mm-hmm. So Exy, in these last couple minutes, how have you been? I haven't talked to you in like a month. Things been going good for you? I was in such a rush, I didn't think to ask until now. It was my microphone not working and stuff. I was distracted. Maybe a little more right here because it's there. It's better. It's looking like a little blank spot right here. Maybe a little more here. This little line. And also here. Oh, good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Lexi says, I'm all good. Thank you for asking. And you're welcome. Yay. Good. We're all good. Back to normal. Having such a long vacation was actually enough that I didn't mind. I wasn't happy for it to be over, but I didn't mind that it was over either. Like, I don't know how to explain that. It was enough that I was satisfied. When I went to Japan last time, it was 2 weeks, and it was for an exchange program. In 2 weeks, I wasn't satisfied. I wanted to do more. Oh, wow. Oh, heck yes, I do. Exit says, I'm continuing designing daily poster on a 90-second day. Wow. Would you like to give me a word for tomorrow? Yes. How about what you used earlier. Elegant. Yeah. How about elegant? Unless you've done it already. I don't know if you did elegant already. Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with this. Let me just write my little Inktober52. I don't know why my line went up. I'm writing it's... Oh, probably because of the beak. And then today is the 10th of April. 2023. Hooray! You didn't already do it. Yay! Yay, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'll try to remember to get on Twitter. I wasn't going to be posting on Twitter for a little while, or I don't know. I just want to take a break. That was one of those things that the vacation was like, I have so much more time when I'm not like spending 15 minutes every day to like every time I'm crafting a post to share what I'm up to, and I'm like, that starts to add up. But I'll try to remember to pop on there. But if I forget, then hopefully next time I see you, then you could just send me a link, because I want to see it. Because the last one you did was awesome too. I mean, all the ones that I've seen are awesome, because I've scrolled through your Instagram before. Oh yes, you're welcome. Thank you so much for the stream. It was nice to catch up. Yep. I'm so glad you were able to join me. I wasn't sure because I was so late. I know it's super late for you. Here's this very simple tears prompt, and I just made the eye really big to enhance the tears. It's a nice swan. I've never drawn a swan before that I can remember. Again, not saying that I've never drawn a swan, but I don't remember drawing one. Okay, well, I will call it good there, and I will be back on Wednesday with, what is it on Wednesday? Oh, Lucky Dip. That shows you I'm still not quite back in the groove yet. Lucky Dip on Wednesday. So hopefully I'll see you then. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, well, it's thanks to the swan is so beautiful, and then all I do is copy the swan. So, all right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.